You know the amazing thing? Even those that don't have children at all, instead of them to enjoy their marriage, enjoy sex, save money, prepare for the marriage, they are jumping from pillar to post, mountain, hospital. By the time the child now finally comes, no money to take care of the child. It's the foolishness of the eyes of that. No planning. Hello? Because of time, let me go again now. If now only one I do out of 4, we'll stop there. Now, what have I given you now? This one is biology now, baby. Now, look at the career of your family. Look at their career path. Your grandfather worked in Nigerian Railway. Your father worked in Nigerian Airways. Now you are in NIPOS. It's not a generational curse, it's a generational choice. Because nobody in your lineage has ever done business before. They are all salary earners. If you see the way people are rejoicing, secretariat low and say, civil service, ministry. And I'm looking, I say, people are still on this level. They are rejoicing because somebody got a job, a civil servant, a servant. After 30 years, look. Any company or organization you enter, let me give you what. When you resume like this, bam, the day you resume, do a scanning. It's called mental scan. Scan car park, how many car they there? Scan everybody, their dress, their shoe, their belt, their bag. Scan their resource, scan their life. And begin to ask yourself, this one done here for 17 years. This one done here for 15 years. Those people you are seeing, they are a prophetic picture of your future. Now, so your life will be in 15 years' time. Hello? And then a young man that decided not to follow that path and decided to go into entrepreneurship, you are mocking him. And then 6 years later, he's a CEO. He's doing turnover of 1 billion. He said, we don't even know what they do. I'm cutting soap for you now. There is no soap that is more than this one. Collect this wisdom soap now or settle for fake soap. Have you noticed that the Babalawo cutting soap for people is still in the bush? If the soap they help, why is it? Hello? So check. Your father was a civil servant. Your grandfather civil servant. Your mother salary earner. Your grandmother salary earner. You are a generation of salary earners. There is a limit to what salary can do in your life. That's why it's where you are.
Like I said in a previous video, I have no issue with men of God, and I think they are just humans like any single one of us, and I think they are just struggling to get along. But my issue with them is with what they say. If I hear a man of God said something that I think is totally a lie and a deception, or it's just meant to manipulate the people, I will speak out against it. That's just me. And if a man of God said something that was very smart, that was very wise, of course, I will recommend it. I will acknowledge it. And if I say something wrong and someone calls me out on that, of course, I will apologize. Nobody is too smart to make a mistake. We all learn from each other every now or then. So, what the man of God, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, said in this video is something that many people might not like to hear, but I believe we should hear it. Because in our African society, we have been brought up to think that looking for jobs are the only things we can do. You see, most of us, we go to school, we go to university just to look for a government job. We have never thought that self-employment was something we could look into, or becoming an entrepreneur was something that we could give it some thought. We have never thought that. We have only been thinking that we should get good grades in school so that we can become a medical doctor, and then we can go to serve the government. We can become a public servant. And in most houses in the country, we can see this happening all the time. Like the entire family is just struggling to make sure that their son or their daughter gets a government position. That is all what we think of. And I know that not everyone can be self-employed. Not everyone has to become an entrepreneur, because I saw a lot of comments in the comment section and people were saying that not everyone can do what the man was saying. And just to clear the air, because people always get him confused, he is not saying that everyone is obligated to go that route. That's not what he's saying. He is saying that there are options that people can exploit. There are options that people can look into. That being a public servant is not the only way out. And to be honest, it will make you the most successful person. Because how much does a public job pay? How much? So he is saying that you could explore other options. You could look for a means to create jobs for yourself. You could look for a means to create jobs for other Nigerians. When going to school, when studying, always try to be more observant. Always try to look around your neighborhood, your community, and to see what is lacking so that you can start providing. Remember, you only become successful when you serve people, when you help people solve their problems. If you're out there helping people solve their problems, you will become very, very successful. If you are out there just moving around, just scanning across your neighborhood, just thinking that these people don't have this, how can I provide it for them? How can I make it more affordable so that even the less privileged people in society can afford it? When you think along those lines, a lot of things will begin to change, and then you will become very, very successful. That was what the man of God, Pastor Emmanuel Olumide, was saying. Now, you could still decide to become a public servant. That is what you want, right? You could still do it. No one is stopping you from doing it. But you could still look for other options. You could still exploit other ways to help yourself and help your community. So I think this man of God is right. And in another video where he said, I think he was on a set, is it called My View or Your View? I think Your View, yeah, that's the name of the platform or the show, Your View. He said that, who told you you have to eat 3 times a day? Who told you that? Do you eat because you have to eat, or do you eat because you're hungry? And when I gave it some thought, I was like, wow, this man is really correct. You know, like me, right? Presently, most of the times, I eat just once a day. Just once. When I wake up in the morning, I take coffee, just coffee. At noon, I can go with milk or coffee or water. By 4 p.m., that's when I eat. And after eating, that's all. Till the next day. That has been my routine for years now. When I started, it wasn't easy because my body was craving for food. But after a few weeks and months, my body has already balanced itself. And I can just do it without any problem. And it was the same thing he said, that if you teach yourself to eat just once a day, after a couple of months, your system would balance itself. And also, he said about schooling, that who told you that you have to send your children to nursery or pre-nursery or whatever you guys call it nowadays? Who told you that? I remember when I was way more younger, I was at home till I was like 5 or 6. before I started primary 1. 5 or 6. And back then, it was really good. I think right now, the educational system is broken, but that aside. So, his whole point was, things are tight. And if you realize that your budget is also very tight, you must do what benefits your family. You must make decisions that benefit your family. Not that you have to do it because he suggested. No. But if you thought that you are struggling, if you thought that your family isn't bringing in enough income, then you might consider what he said. But if you are super rich, if you have so much going on with you, and if you have enough finance, then you can do whatever you want to do. So that is just what the man of God was trying to say, and which I think is very, very correct. But then again, I would like to hear your own opinion in the comment section below. What do you think? Okay, after hearing what the man of God said, what was your take? Share that with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say.